In case you guys didn't hear, I was just saying. Well, you not in case you guys definitely didn't hear. So it was Reagan's birthday today. We always try happy birthday. So she went bowling
Yes.
and played lots of games. She got a lot of candy.
Yes.
She got a lot of candy. Her cake was what flavor?
Chocolate.
You got a chocolate cake. Good choice. I like chocolate cake. What'd you do? Did you have a birthday dinner,
Um.
or did you have like a birthday
Uh.
lunch?
We didn't have lunch or dinner. I had breakfast with um waffles with syrup on it, 2 bacons, a fruit cup, eggnog, and a cupcake.
Dang, that's a breakfast. That's a breakfast. So what do you have? What are you having for dinner? What are they? What are? What do you? What's your wish? What's your birthday dinner? What are you guys getting? Or is mom
I
already
don't.
making it? You don't even
I don't.
know?
My mom is literally right there.
I know, but she's shy. She doesn't like to come on camera.
Why does my mom not like looking in the camera?
I don't know. You have to ask her that question. I don't know. So we don't know what we're having for birthday dinner.
No.
Okay.
You mean birthday lunch? I didn't have lunch yet.
Yeah, well, it's also like 6 p.m. where you're at, so like lunch is kind of like been and gone. You missed lunch.
6 p.m.
We're kind of past lunchtime. It's definitely dinner time now.
It's lunchtime right now. I'm not hungry at all.
Okay, so your lunch was your birthday cake. That's what you have for lunch. So now it's time for dinner.
No, birthday cake is not lunch.
It is when it's your birthday.
Uh, no, it is not.
It totally is.
It definitely is.
Um,
Oh, we're waiting for you. Yes.
I'll meet real quick.
Oh, you're mute.
You're such a little professional, and I love it.
It's so great. Anyway, Chad, that's Reagan. And today's her birthday, in case you guys are just joining us and can't figure out what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna hand the headphones to Alex.
Okay, we're bringing Alex
Alright.
on. All right, well, happy birthday, and I'm sure I will talk to you again at the end of the podcast.
Okay, of course, but Alex would probably let me when like after he's done talking about bad words.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do occasionally say some bad words here and there.
I,
Okay, bye, Reagan.
Bye. Hi, Squash.
Hello, brother.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Alex.
Nice, gotta get Snoop in there.
I gotta make some adjustments. Yeah, I gotta get Snoop in there. Snoop is Kristen's Christmas present to me. Our
Such a
patron
good
saint.
picture.
Our patron saint Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, thank you. 420. Hey.
Hey. Okay, so brand new year. I know we didn't have our podcast last week because A, New Year's, and B, Alex was enjoying a great time down in Mexico. Little vacation. Little bit of a vacation for him. Haley, any updates on you in the past week that anybody missed out on?
I feel like I had something in the back of my mind. Oh yeah. So I don't remember who exactly of our mutual friends. But someone in healthcare or health insurance. Anyways, so I just graduated to having my own health insurance as I have turned 26 this past year. Yeah, I guess, sure, yeah.
congrats.
I gotta be an adult now.
Yay for adulting.
But so I got insurance, and it was supposed to like start like the 1st of January. Lo and behold, went to the pharmacy yesterday.
They said
Had
not
to drop $300 plus on my medication again because my insurance was like, not yet. So
Oof.
not the best update, but it's an interesting and frustrating thing because I don't understand how healthcare works.
Yeah.
Even though I've been a part of the healthcare industry for a very long time.
Would they not get you through on that good RX?
See,
or
like
what?
I've tried to do something similar to GoodRx, called Takeda. Which is like, I think similar, but
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to do something like that. It didn't pick up. So, that was a fun thing.
Because when I started my new job, I went and got my meds refilled, and they were like, "Oh, this is brand new insurance. This is gonna be like $300." I'm like, "Well, bruh, that's not gonna work." He's like,
Yeah.
"Well, let's get on Good RX real quick and see if we can figure this out." And sure enough, got on Good RX, and it was like, "Oh, $20 like normal."
Oh, nice.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Well,
you.
I might have to.
Yeah, I got him
might
squash.
be diving into the good RX life here. So.
I would if it's gonna make your meds cheaper. I would do that for sure.
Oh yeah, I'll even take $100 at this point.
Good. So my only update for the new year was that New Year's hit and your boy finally got. The COVID found me. The COVID's found me.
Happens to the best of us, brother.
I know.
I'm telling you.
It what I will say this is like obviously I'm pretty sure I got like the brand new Decepticon variant, and it wasn't all that bad. So Haley's gonna be mad. Haley was mad at me because I denied it for forever because it wasn't that bad, at least for me. So I just had like hella congestion. This is gonna get really gross, but like I had hella congestion, like drainage, and a cough, which is like all pretty standard for me for like the changing of the seasons and stuff getting like weather getting colder. So I was like, oh, it's fine. It's probably nothing. It's probably just like a little like sinus infection or like a head cold or something like that. Because I didn't feel all that bad. I was just like, this is normal. What finally clued me in, and this I think my undoing on this was I was off for New Year's, so I was like, whatever. I feel a little sicky, but it's not bad. And then I like did like a 9-hour stream on it was like Monday. It was like New Year's Day, I think, actual. So I did like a 9-hour stream that day, and I was like super tired after that. I was like, damn, that was a lot. But I was like, well, I mean, it was 9 hours, so that's a long day playing video games in front of the camera. And then I went to go to sleep that night, and I was like laying in bed, and I was like, oh, girl, bro, my stomach does not feel good. Like, I don't feel good at all. And eventually I went to the bathroom and like threw up, and I was like, okay, so might be COVID. Probably should go get tested tomorrow. So went and got tested the next day on Tuesday, and it didn't take any time for that test that they gave me to go, pow, yeah, you have COVID. And I was like, sick, very cool, very cool. Because I was supposed to be at work that day, but I texted everybody at work and was like, yeah, no, I'm going to go get a COVID test. And it popped hot pretty fast. And then I was like, well, I guess I get to sit in my home for forever. And at first they were telling me it was supposed to be like 10 days. And I was like, please, God, not another week and a half in this house. I literally, in the last 3 weeks, have only worked like 3 days, and I'm starting to go crazy. I need to get out of this house. But turned out it's only 5 days, and I get ready to go back to work tomorrow, and I have to wear a mask around everybody for an additional 5 days, and then like I should be fine.
I remember because I was giving you like the type of hell that moms give kids when
It was so bad. I literally had my mom, Ham, and a couple other people that I know like went full mom mode, and I was like, this is a lot of motherly energy.
No, it was because it was after that stream, that 9-hour stream, and you like messaged me at like 1 a.m. and you were like, don't be mad.
True.
I threw up blood, and I was like,
I didn't throw up blood. I threw up, and then I was like, well, that
you
sucks.
said something about blood.
And then I like coughed a little bit after that, and there was a very minute, like not an alarming amount of blood in my like spit after I coughed, and I was like, okay, that's not good. That's probably COVID.
You know it's gonna be bad when he leads off with "Don't be mad."
True.
I
was like, yeah, hey, don't be mad, but also I might have coughed up just like a smidgen of blood. And then Ham was like, I fucking told you. And I was like, shut up, Mom.
Straight into the ether, dude.
Yeah,
Straight
dude. I was like,
ether.
send me to see Jesus, please. So yeah, but anyway, I'm pretty much over it. Like now, like we're so good. I'm still coughing. Like It's not as bad, but I'm definitely still coughing shit up, and that is not enjoyable at all. But could have been worse, I guess. I will say this for the vaccine. Like, I guess if I wasn't vaccinated, it could have been a lot worse. Even though this strain isn't as bad as the other ones, it still could have been pretty yucky. But anyway,
We should get tattoos that say Survivor on it.
dude, I
Oh
should.
my
Just like-
god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Hashtag
It's gonna
Survivor.
say Survivor, and then it's gonna have the coronavirus virus underneath it, like tattooed, and it's gonna say like hashtag 2022.
And just
Stop
like
it.
a little spike cell protein.
Yeah.
Just with those little jaggities.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna be like, I survived COVID 2022. What's up? But anyway, what's up, Abby? Congratulations, Abby. BT Dubs, very exciting news. But yeah, so I don't know at this point. I don't know if I'll get the booster since I kind of like got the COVID. So I feel like at this point the booster's kind of like fucking pointless. So unless they actually make me get it, I'm probably gonna like bypass getting the booster just because I had the COVIDs. So now my body's had the actual shit and knows can actually fight it. But anyway.
They say your body's going to have more of an adverse reaction to the booster if you've already had COVID.
Oh yeah, then like fuck that. I'm not getting the booster.
And you're better off just without the booster.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not-
rolling with the antibodies and the 2 doses. Just,
Nah, fuck that noise. I'm good. Thanks. I don't want to get a booster and then like feel like shit for 2 days. Fuck that noise. I'm out.
That's what I'm doing, man. And it'll probably mean that my vaccine card becomes irrelevant, which I really don't give a shit at this point anyway. Because the only reason I got it was to go to Mexico. And
True.
It turns out you don't need it to go to Mexico anyway. So,
Oh damn.
yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm dealing. My throat is feeling a little scratchy. I've been dealing with this fucking head cold shit. Not COVID, testing negatives.
I was like, that's how I started.
No, dude, my antibodies are still rocking strong. By
Tight.
the way. Also, my
Antibodies for the
are
win.
Still thriving, bro. But
Fucking living.
against this little throat head cold I got going on, and she ain't doing nothing. I wish
Yeah.
she would buck up a little bit and help me out, but
Yeah.
no.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. The weirdest part of it that I had is I like lost my smell and my taste for like a day and a half. That was super cool. I like could taste things fine one night and like went to sleep and then woke up the next day and like made breakfast and I was like, huh, I don't know why I can't taste my eggs and chorizo right now. And then I was like, sick.
I can give you one guess, brother.
Yeah. I was like, huh, I wonder why I can't taste anything. And I was like, oh, wait, I have COVID.
She starts with K and she ends with Ovid.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that's cool. That's real cool. But thankfully, it only lasted like a day and a half. And I started to like be able to taste things again because I like looked it up and it was like, yeah, it'll probably last 7 to 14 days. And I was like, oh, please God, no. Please God, no. So it lasted like a day and a half. My one true test for it was, as I have a bottle of scotch sitting on top of the fridge, and I'm not a big scotch fan, not a big whiskey bourbon fan either. So I was like, you know what? If I can't taste anything, then I'm pretty sure I won't be able to taste this. And I popped the cork on that thing and took a pretty healthy swig and swallowed that. And I was like, all I feel is the burn of the alcohol. I taste nothing. And I was like, man, I could get really fucked up on the rest of this bottle, but I think that's a bad idea. So I'm just not going to do that.
That's what I told you to do.
True. You know what? The amount of people that told me to do that, you told me to do it. My mom and dad told me to do it. A couple other people were like, yeah, bro, just go ahead. Yeah. They were just like, yeah, just go ahead and just like, you could like get effed up with like no consequences. And I was like, I mean, I could, but I don't feel like that's like the best option right now. So
I'll tell you what, if you would have asked me, I'd have said down that shit, dude.
no, I know.
Straight down the hatch.
It's like a free pass.
No second. You got COVID, dude.
True.
What else are you gonna do? You know,
Just lay on my bed, congested and drunk.
worry
I was
about
saying, like,
getting
you
called
didn't
into
drink very
work.
much this entire time.
No, I was like, I was tired as hell though. I will give it that. That shit fucking like made me tired as shit. I was like laying in bed. Like I just got tired doing normal stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here anymore. I'm going to go lay down. I would like lay in bed for a couple hours and then fall asleep. And I was like, man, this sucks.
Did you have like the weird like dreams, like the craziest dreams you've ever?
Nah,
had?
I didn't have any dreams.
No, dude, you missed out a little bit. I
I'm,
felt like
I'm good off the COVID fever dreams.
no, I didn't even have a fever. That's the thing is the 2 nights that I had the weirdest dreams of my life, I legitimately felt like I took acid. Like
What?
I think I've told you guys
Yeah,
before.
you did tell us that
I
actually.
fell
Yeah.
asleep watching Bob's Burgers one night, and it turned over to South Park, and the TV was still on. And in my dreams, I was a full-blown South Park character. Like I'm a full-blown. I wish I could illustrate it the way that it was happening.
That's wild.
Like again, I felt like I was on acid.
It's
It
crazy.
was like free drugs almost.
With the added benefit of coughing your friggin' lungs out.
I never even coughed that much either.
Really?
That's the other. Yeah. Anyway.
Bears T28, first time. What's going on? My man came in here and just screamed Arsenal at the top of his lungs. I appreciate that. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I like Manchester United, but welcome, and I hope you enjoy your time with us.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, man.
So yeah, but anyway, that's the update for pretty much everybody. Yeah.
We can move on to my Florida man segment.
Yeah, moving right along to our brand new segment, our Florida Man segment.
I got a boom arm for Christmas also that I'm so excited about.
I am very excited that you have a boom arm, actually.
Now I don't have to keep that micro. I don't have.
You don't have to sit there and just like hold it
so close to my face.
I know, it's
and
great.
I can turn my gain so far down. It's
I know,
nice, dude.
it's amazing.
I love it.
I
It's
will be
amazing.
in line to definitely be doing the same thing. I have an attachment for this mic for our boom.
Perfect. All right, let's see what's happening in Florida. Is this a recent story?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. What's happening in Florida in 2022, baby?
Well, it's December 28th, 2021. I hope.
All right, throwing it back to last year, 2021, baby.
Come on. Give me a little leeway.
Okay.
Close
It
enough.
was, I mean, it was all it was like of 2021 was just weird things in Florida, but
Fair.
this one happened very recently. So drugs found wrapped around Florida man's penis during traffic stop.
Sick.
Nice.
Not now you know, guys. It's not the spot to hide your drugs. They'll check.
Like, I've heard of like boofing your drugs like
Yeah.
at traffic stops or something, or I don't know, throwing it out the window, or something.
Yeah,
a
just
little
yeet it
bit
out the
more.
window and be like, "What drugs? I don't know."
But instead, he literally wrapped cocaine, and methamphetamine, a man around his penis, during a traffic stop.
My man
the
just-
man denied the sheriff's office deputies that the drugs were his. Of course.
No, officer, these aren't my drugs. I have no idea how they got on my penis. This is crazy.
How they got here?
Must have
Dude,
been
I'm
that hooker
holding-
I picked up on the side of the road like 20
I'm
miles
holding
ago.
them for a friend, all right, bro. I'm holding them for a friend.
I've just
I
put 'em in
don't
my-
ask questions.
Literally, like that was the shortest article I've ever read.
What the hell?
That was it.
That's
Literally.
wild, dude. Man was
So
just like,
that was a Florida man segment.
man was like, oh fuck the cops. Where can I hide these drugs? You know what? They'll never check my dick. Yeah. Like what? Like do you just have like fucking like rubber bands, or did you just like stretch the bag out and just like wrap the bag? Like
I didn't get pictures for reference. I'm
Damn.
so sorry.
actually,
need
no,
to
I'm
do
good.
better
I
research
don't
next
want to
time.
like look at drugs wrapped around a man's penis. No, thank you.
Florida's still gonna Florida in 2022, man.
Facts.
More things.
Man's
change,
carrying
the more
Florida.
they stay the same.
Man's carrying Florida strong into the new year with the whole
Journey.
drug penis story. Man was like, nah, these aren't mine. I'm holding for a buddy. He also appreciates gooch sweat flavored cocaine. So I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, all right. So that's Florida wrapped up. Yikes.
Thanks, Florida.
Thank you, Florida. And for that, we thank
Stay
you.
real. Stay classy.
Jesus
we
Christ.
need the Floridas of the world.
We kind of do.
You know, if everything was just mundane and monotonous, what would we talk about?
Tennessee.
Yeah, true.
Tennessee could get you.
Tennessee could get you for sure.
Well,
But,
I mean,
well,
if we didn't have
that's-
Florida, the only thing we could really talk about is just Elon Musk disparaging the metaverse in favor of his Neuralink.
Well,
That's a
Yeah.
way to,
we
to
could talk about
walk
that.
into the piece. Go for it.
Yeah. So basically, Elon Musk was interviewed recently and was asked his opinions on the metaverse. Which, if you don't know what the metaverse is, it's basically friggin' what's the dude's name? God dang it, Zuckerberg's new like brainchild, I guess. I don't know. Where it's incorporating like Facebook, Instagram, and a bunch of other stuff into like virtual reality and like augmented reality. And it's supposed to be this like pretty like cool thing or whatever. But anyway, so they interviewed Elon Musk about it, and he was like, "Look, man, I don't think I've ever seen anybody just be like walking around with an Oculus on their face 24/7." All right, he's like, that just doesn't happen. He's like, it's just embarrassing. He's like, he said it's embarrassing to like walk around with a damn screen on your face all day, just like not wanting to leave. And then so he just like went from there just to being like, look, we got the Neuralink. This is my big project I'm working on. It's also supposed to help people with like neurological like what's the word I'm looking for?
Neurodegenerative.
Yeah, neurodegenerative diseases. So it's supposed to like help people with like, Alzheimer's and other things like that. And also can put you into like a virtual reality, like augmented reality world, like right there. And you don't have to have anything like on your face for it. He's like, yeah, this is going to be way better than that. And I was just like, oh, all right, tight, Elon. So like you're like, yeah, I'm going to help people with these neurodegenerative diseases, and also like you can just walk around and have like puppies following you the whole day, and you'll see that with your own eyeballs and not through VR headset or glasses.
Well, the cool thing about Neuralink is that, say you get into a car accident and your right arm is paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
In 99.9% of circumstances, they're going to say, hey, we have to amputate your right arm because it's no longer functional and it's going to cause bad scar tissue, blah, blah, blah. Neuralink will be able to go into your brain and basically tap into that part of your brain that functions the use of your right arm, and will be able to basically rewire the synapses in your brain to make your right arm functional again, which is super cool.
Which
Same
is
thing
like,
for
yeah.
paralyzed victims, Alzheimer victims, like all these people that have these degeneration, like it would completely cure ALS, which would be
Yeah.
fantastic,
My hesitation with all of this is like it starts out under that guise of like this is gonna help people with all these neural like degenerative diseases, like ALS won't be a thing anymore. You can rewire people's like paralyzed arms and stuff like that. And then at some point, like how many like movies have we seen with like shit like this the same way where it starts out harmless and it's all cool and everybody like hops on board, and then all of a sudden we've got like a zombie army or something. Like everybody's just controlled by this chip, and like Elon has all the power. I'm not saying Elon's a bad guy, but like I don't know. I'm hesitant with that. Like miss me with the whole chip in the brain thing.
Well, he's also said that with this new technology, the Neuralink technology, that you will be able to speak to people without using verbal words. So your Neuralink
Nah, dude, I already hear enough
can
voices in my head.
Your Neuralink can connect with their Neuralink, and so like the whole facet or like the whole idea of lying to someone will be completely thrown out the window. You will not be able to use your words to guide someone to what you're believing and lie to them. They will be able to see and hear your intention without any verbal words being spoken. That's where it starts to get a little like, whoa, I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
shit.
it's that's like, but because then you just be like walking along with your Neuralink, and then somebody else has one, and then all of a sudden, like, bling, you're linked, and they just know what you're thinking about at that one point. Like, you both know what each other are thinking about, and without any like consent, it just like links up, and then you just know each other. I'm like, nah, that's weird.
Like
It's like an invasion of privacy, dog.
I know.
Yeah, like Bluetooth. It's like airdropping. It's like airdropping like random people in the airport some dumb meme, but like worse. So now instead we'll just like I'll just airdrop Alex some dumb shit from across the freaking country at this point with like my brain.
You start getting into some of that conversation, and that's where it starts to get weird as fuck, which is I'll talk about a little bit with my Baba Vanga.
Oh yeah.
Segment, but
yeah. Oh, here we go. Our resident scientist Squash is weighing in. I love it. All right. So Squash said, "Fun fact: anything inserted into your body that it can't break down eventually gets covered in a fibrous coating thing. The big problem with brain chips is that the metal pins that poke your brain get covered and can't transmit or talk with your neurons as well or at all." So it'll work for a little while, and then eventually it gets covered by this fibrous coating because your body's like, well, if I can't break it down, I guess I'm just gonna like, it's just gonna be here, but we're gonna cover it up, and then it just stops working eventually. Interesting. So then, like, what are you gonna do? You just gotta go into the doctor every couple of years, get your head cut open again, and they just gotta like scrape that mess off. Like, no thanks. No, I'm good.
Dude, and I'll talk about aliens in this segment as well. It just goes furthermore to the whole point that if aliens are real and the transcripts of people that have claimed to met extraterrestrial beings from another planet, and one of the few things in common that they all say about them is that they're able to communicate with you without using any verbal interaction. It's like, well, that just goes more to the fact that it would seem that maybe they are just us in the future trying to come back and warn us against what the fuck we're doing to our current situation.
Yeah.
Because the further we get down the line, the more that it's like, that kind of sounds like what people have been talking about when they've met with these extraterrestrial beings. But anyway.
Yeah.
Later in the podcast. Stick around, folks. Stick around.
So, how we say, can't we just go back to the old ways, but like keep some cool shit? Yeah, I'm down for that. Scott said, yeah, surgery to replace it or special coatings on the device can extend its life. Ugh, no thanks. Also, breaking news right now. I wish I had. I need a bigger stream deck so I can add sounds and stuff. Apparently, friggin' Bob Saget just died. So, first celebrity down in 2022. Bob Saget got claimed already. Like starting off hot.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, we gotta stop doing podcasts.
We have to
live,
stop.
dude.
We have to stop podcasting live. We've had at least 3 celebrities die while we've been live.
How many of these are we gonna have?
I don't know, bro. Like this is
Between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. on Thursday night Central Standard Time, people are dropping like flies. How the fuck did Bob Saget die? Haley, can you help us?
Yeah. So it literally happened as of like 10 minutes ago.
Jesus.
Bob Saget.
Like this is like breaking.
He wasn't even sick, was he?
I don't think he was. So he has died at the age of 65.
Yeah, we're not even that old.
He was pronounced dead on the scene in his hotel room in Orlando. Death, like cause of death, COD are unclear. He had been touring a lot lately.
Overdose. Calling it right now.
Ed Nuts, good to see you. She's probably saying props to drugs.
Props to drugs. And I was thinking the same. I mean, Bob Saget got crazy at like later in life.
Bob Saget led a normal life and then got old and was like, fuck it, retirement, baby.
Yeah, no, for real. But yeah, I'm not really, I mean, this is literally so fresh off. Like
this is just hot off the press.
Hot, yeah, like really, that I don't have any great information past that point, but that's what I have found.
People also forget sometimes that Bob Saget was a comedian, a stand-up comedian before he ever did the Full House thing. So he did Full House for all those years, and he was Danny Tanner, you know, the face of Full House with, you know, Michelle and DJ and whatever. And then after, well, I was probably like in my late teens, early 20s, when like the Bob Saget stand-up started coming out and was like, oh, Danny Tanner is so raw, like such a controversial comedian, because he made a lot of really like off-color jokes, you know, but he was a stand-up comedian, you know.
Yeah.
He was just on Joe Rogan podcasts. I mean, it's probably been a couple years, but it hasn't been that long ago.
He literally tweeted 15 minutes ago. Or not 15. Sorry.
Damn, Bob Saget. Bob Saget. I was about to say, Bob Saget 15 minutes ago throws out a tweet and then 5 minutes later is dead. Jesus.
Sorry.
Saget tweeted 15 hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Like loved the audience in Jacksonville. Yeah, so.
Damn, man's been hard after the stand-up show.
I had no idea. I did a 2-hour set tonight. I'm happily addicted to this shit. Yeah, that makes my heart sad.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm going to call it right now. This is my prediction. Overdose, fentanyl, cocaine.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Fentanyl.
I wouldn't be surprised down in Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Check your drugs, people. If you want to do cocaine, I'm not going to hold that against you whatsoever. I've made a lot of bad mistakes in my life. I've done way too many drugs than I probably should have. The one thing that I wish someone would have told me when I was in that stage of my life was to check your drugs. There are drug testing kits that you can purchase, especially right now. So if you feel the need to do cocaine, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to think any differently of you. But there are kits that you can purchase. Fentanyl is wild right now, folks. It's wild. Check your fucking drugs. Purchase a fentanyl testing kit before you put that shit up your nose. Test it, please, for the love of God. I lost one of my old dealers, overdosed. I shouldn't even say one of my old dealers. He was a good friend of mine. 23rd birthday. Kid put some what he thought was coke up his nose, laced with fentanyl, dead.
Damn.
Like that shit is
like
real.
childhood friends die from
Yeah.
fentanyl as well.
I know that shit is
Fucking
real.
crazy.
Test your fucking drugs. If it's a powder and you're gonna put it up your nose, test it, please. For the love of God, test it.
Yep. It's looking like it looks like a Haley Gale. It looks like Haley found it. Was it on TMZ?
Well, I was relayed the information
Because she
and
can't
then-
find it anywhere, but apparently everybody else
I mean,
knows.
it's if you just type in Bob Saget on Google, the first two articles that pop up are one from TMZ, one from. I mean, I'm not given TMZ is not a reputable.
TMZ is not
place,
news.
like not 100% reputable, but. I have Fox 35 Orlando reporting it. I have TMZ. I have comicbook.com. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I have The Sun. I have that's about it right now. It's being picked up by outlets, more local.
When that many sources are reporting it, it's true.
Yeah. TMZ always
Yes.
releases shit first. They're the perpetrators of the fucking get it out before anybody else. Who cares what the story says? Fucking media.
But
Fucking
I
Danny
have
Tanner, dude.
this consequence. I don't know what this is. But yeah, there are a lot of. Yeah, it's popping up more now. If you just type it in, and like if you literally reload Bob Saget on Google, like over and over, you'll have like more articles popping up now.
Damn. Bob Saget is out. Abby also said that she heard Betty close the portal that Kobe opened. Hopefully Bob didn't reopen it. Oh, true. Oh, fuck. Wait, was that last year? No, Kobe died 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, Kobe's been gone a couple years.
It was
His
2020.
year-
Yeah, it was 2020. Okay. Phew. I
That
about
was
to say.
right when like COVID started.
Yeah, it was like Kobe died and then COVID like went off and I was like, oh, sick.
Yeah. Speaking of Betty White, did you guys, not to completely change the subject from Bob Saget, we can go right back to that, but did
I
you
mean-
hear what Betty White's last words were as she was like taking her last breaths?
No, I didn't actually.
So a reporter asked her, she had an early husband who died very early on in both of their lives, I think to cancer. It was like he got diagnosed with cancer, 3 months he was gone.
Damn.
His name was Alan something or another. It's not that important. But a reporter interviewed her and said, what's the first thing that you're going to say when you get to heaven? And she said, the first thing I'm going to say is, where's Alan? Like, this is going back years ago, right? And one of her best friends reported that one of the last breaths that she took as she was alive, she like opened her eyes and she was like, Alan? And then she was dead.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
you wanna
Alan
talk
came
about some
down
goose-
for her.
You want to talk about some goosebumps type shit, dude? Like, whether you want to talk about the afterlife is real or whether it's just synapses firing in your brain after you stop taking your last breaths or whatever. But Betty White is reported saying that she was going to ask for Alan when she got to heaven. And then her last breath, she said, Alan, and she was gone.
Dang. That's crazy.
Like, that, I don't know. Obviously, nobody wants to lose Betty White, American
No.
icon.
I know, like 2 weeks before her 100th, and she had a whole like Time
2
magazine.
days.
Oh, was it two? No, it was 2 days.
2 days before she turned 100.
I feel like it was it. I could be wrong. I got my days mixed up. I've been in
Haley,
this
you
house
can
too
look
long.
that up, but I'm 99% sure it's 2 days before she turned 100.
I thought it was a couple weeks because the Time article was. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. Yeah.
It was 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks because it was supposed to. Her Time magazine article was supposed to come out in like the day of her 100th. Yeah.
Damn.
Betty White was supposed to outlive all of us. Facts. Head nuts. Facts. That's crazy though. Like her last breath, her last word was Alan. I wonder, maybe Alan came down and snatched her soul up there with him.
That'd be dope if he was just like, "Hey, Betty, time
It's
to come
time.
home, girl. You've done enough down here.
True. She was a friend to us all.
You've served the people for long enough, girl. Time to come home."
True. They were supposed to take the queen. The angels messed up. I saw that TikTok, Abby. You can't slide that one by me. True. I wish they would have taken the queen. Anyway, so yeah, dang, Bob Saget's done. Now the unfortunate thing is like we are kind of all of us like are getting to that age now where all of our like this is true. We're all kind of getting up to that age now where like all of our childhood like celebrities are starting to get pretty old, so they're all gonna start kicking the bucket soon, which sucks. But yeah, it's a little surprising at 65 that Bob Saget was punched his time card. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was like a freak heart attack or like stroke or something, but I mean, it's the fact that he's been touring again, like the touring life is hard, and that dude has been no stranger to drugs or alcohol his entire life. So
yeah. Squash said, I know this is serious, but I can only think of the talking velociraptor from Jurassic Park 2 or maybe 3 that says Alan. I don't remember that clip, Squash. I don't remember that one. That's funny, though.
Bob Saget, man. R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Damn.
Makes me think of that Tourette's kid. You remember that?
Yeah, the Tourette's kid is always like, Bob Saget!
When, like, E-Bomb's World was big, and he would just walk around and go, Bob Saget!
Yep. I think we've got... Oh, Squash, you haven't been around. Haley's our new Jamie, so you don't have to Jamie yourself anymore. Haley's got it. You can still... You're obviously still the moderator for our chat, though. And for that, we thank you.
Squash, you done gone get replaced, bro. You ain't been around enough, right, brother? We've been needing you.
Oh, here we go. Haley's got it.
Oh, perfect. I don't even know. Oh, okay, there it is.
We don't got any sound.
I don't know why. Tits. Let's see.
Well, I've got everything set up to where you should be able to, so I don't know why it's not coming through. Let me see. View options.
Select speaker. No.
Maybe. Loki, figure out where you're going. Either under the desk or out. Go. Now. Oh.
I have no idea.
Weird.
I can send it to you, Ben.
Yeah.
Or I can just put it in chat.
Let's put it in chat real fast. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
There you go. I'll figure that out later. You can mess around. That's my bad.
Nope. Nobody in their 2022 Deadpools had Bob Saget on. Almost positive of that. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure. He was literally on tour.
I know. It's wild.
Alan. God damn it, Squash. That's funny. All right. Oh, what's next on the agenda tonight? Alex, do you feel like getting on your soapbox?
What'd you say? Sorry, I was letting my dog in.
I was like, do you feel like getting on your monologue, getting your monologue on?
Oh, you want to get me on my monologue right now?
Yeah, dude, run it. Now we go to the portion of the podcast where it's Alex's monologue time.
Let me close my door a little bit again so Reagan doesn't hear me saying the bad words.
Not the bad words.
She just said from downstairs, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, lay it on us, brother man.
Does someone want to give me an intro to this, or am I just gonna like get
Nah,
right
bro,
into
intro
it?
yourself.
Okay. So Dr. Robert Malone was on the Joe Rogan podcast not most recently, within the last 4 guests, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And not only has he recently been banned from Twitter for his free speech against COVID vaccinations, which he was the gentleman who invented the mRNA vaccine. So you want to talk about the most qualified person probably on the face of the planet to talk about a vaccine such as the COVID vaccine. Um, but he laid out the fact that Jim Smith is a gentleman that sits on the board of Pfizer. And coincidentally, he also sits on the board of Reuters,
Oh,
which
man.
we all know what Pfizer is.
Yep.
Pfizer's the name of the vaccine that many of you probably got.
Big,
The
big,
jab.
big pharmaceutical company.
So it's quite coincidental that he also sits on the board of Reuters, which you may not have heard of the term Reuters or the institution Reuters, but what Reuters is a fact-checking institution that your major social media platforms use, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
I liked Reuters. I thought it was a pretty unbiased news source.
You would think that, right?
But
You
now
would,
this is leading me to
yeah,
believe
dude.
otherwise.
I thought the same thing. And when he first said this, I was kind of thinking, well, is this guy really? Like, there's no way he can really sit on the board of Pfizer and on the board of Reuters, because that would be a very clear conflict of interest. Because if you're a board member of Pfizer, you have a very large financial gain to be had on everyone in the nation across the world. Would you,
Right.
for everyone to get the Pfizer vaccine? And then at the same time, if you're on the board of Reuters, again, that would establish a very clear conflict of information or a conflict of interest by saying, okay, well, if I'm on the board of Reuters and I'm on the board of Pfizer, clearly I'm going to have a something to gain by saying that these vaccines are completely safe. But nonetheless, Jim Smith on his LinkedIn page lists himself as board member, Pfizer, chairman, Thomson Reuters Foundation, former president and CEO, Thomson Reuters. So not only do you have that just on its face, right? Like just clear conflict of interest, just right on its face. But another thing that Dr. Robert Malone said was that in this vaccine status, in this world where you're the bad guy if you don't get the vaccine, said that we're living in like a mass hysteria. He called it a mass formation psychosis, which is a very clear and established psychological term, not comparing COVID to Nazi times.
Mm-hmm.
But that's exactly what happened during Nazi times, which was a mass formation psychosis. Hitler, Stalin, all of the leaders of the Nazi regime were very, very good and tactful at describing to their people why Jewish people were so bad and why they were going to ultimately lead to the demise of their population if we don't eradicate the Jewish population.
Right.
So now, once again, we live in a time where, again, I'm not comparing the two to each other in that sense of like COVID is the same as Nazis. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But when you position the rhetoric in the same light, in the same direction, there are a lot of correlations that can be named. So Reuters came out 2 days ago after Dr. Robert Malone was on the Joe Rogan podcast and said some social media users have claimed, quote unquote, mass formation psychosis has occurred during the pandemic. This is Reuters fact check Twitter page.
Yep.
Experts in crowd psychology, however, said this is not a term recognized in the field of psychology, nor is there evidence of any such phenomenon. So, Reuters, I'd like to know, how are we just going to throw out this psychological term that has been used for decades now to describe the Nazi regime? It's a very clear and established psychological term. And B, how are you going to claim to be a credible fact-checking source when one of your board members just so happens to be a board member that sits on the board of Pfizer, which has very clear and established financial gains to be made by the entire world to just get vaccinated, just get the jab, just get vaccinated. You don't care about your neighbors. You don't care about kids. Why won't you get the vaccine? You're an anti-vaxxer? Well, it would be fine if we could really believe and we could all get on the same page and say, hey, you know what? The vaccine is what's best for all. But it's just like I've been saying since the jump, since we had Dan Hoppins on. Our government has done things such as the Tuskegee experiment on American people and clearly sacrificed Black American lives when they had a cure for what was it? Was it AIDS? What was the Tuskegee?
Syphilis.
Yeah, syphilis. Yes, exactly. So we're just expected to believe. And again, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Get the vaccine. If you have pre-existing conditions, if you're older, if you're worried about it, get the vaccine. But for the rest of the world to just buy into the rhetoric of you're a bad person if you get the vaccine, or if you don't get the vaccine, shit like this continues time and time and time again to prove that there's a very clear financial gain and that the players involved are very, very fucking corrupt and they have financial gains to be made through this narrative. So like, what the fuck are we even still doing? Like, how is this not on the front page of New York Times? Board member of Pfizer sits on the board of Reuters. Like, how is this not fucking front page news? It's fucking bananas, dude. It is bananas. And I'll let you guys chime in because I could talk for another hour about how fucking wild this is. But yeah, that's the talking point. You're muted, Ben.
My bad. That's on me. No, it's all connected. Like they're all. So he's on the board of Reuters, right? So they obviously will talk to whoever else on, CNN, Fox, whoever. They'll talk to people and be like, "Yeah, we're just gonna
well, and
not gonna mention anything about this."
More importantly than talking to the major media news outlets, they are the independent fact-checking site that decides whether or not you get a voice on social media.
Right.
That's the institution that says Ben should be banned off of Twitter for life for talking shit about the vaccines. When that motherfucker sits on the board of Pfizer.
Yeah.
Like, how in the fuck is this real life, dude?
It's rapidly becoming not real life anymore. It is friggin' rapidly not becoming real life anymore. It's
Looney
stupid.
Tunes, dude.
It is.
It is fucking Looney Tunes. I swear to God, if I'm living in the Truman Show and y'all are all playing a big fucking joke on me, I'm gonna be so mad at you.
I don't think
every day I'm like, how in the fuck does this happen in day-to-day life? It just boggles my brain that shit like this can happen and it's not fucking front page news.
It is the big dumb.
So now Dr. Robert Malone, who's been kicked off of Twitter for no good reason at all, other than sharing peer-reviewed studies that he has done perhaps on ivermectin, which he was one of the very first to come out and suggest that ivermectin could inhibit the growth of COVID-19 T cells in very early stages of the development. He's done nothing other than say, hey, here are some alternative treatments in early stages of COVID-19 instead of getting a a gene therapy in the form of the COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna or Pfizer. And they've very clearly come out and said, hey, we don't like that. We want everybody to get vaccinated. Basically, they say, well, why? Because we have these treatment plans over here that seem to work pretty well. And then Moderna and Pfizer say, we don't really fucking care. Here's the plan. This is the plan. Stick to the fucking plan.
Because they're set to make a lot of money off of it, because they're gonna get fat contracts from the government and insurance to get this out to people so they can get vaccinated for free.
And then doctors do their fucking job and come up with early treatment plans. And instead of adapting that and accepting that as science, they just somehow get kicked off of Twitter. And you're like, why are they getting kicked off of Twitter for just simply offering other treatment plans versus the vaccine? And then you say, well, hey, the main institute that is the fact checkers, one of the board members sits on the board of Pfizer. Like, how in the world does this fucking happen, dude? Like, how does nobody else see this? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand how people are just like, yeah, we'll just, I'm with you, man. I don't know how they don't see it either. It's whack. Also, I'm gonna take a quick second to say hi, Mel. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Also, Zombie, thank you for following as well. Welcome. Oh, Zombie, thank you for subscribing. Also, appreciate you. Amazing. Okay. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled content.
I was just gonna say, on that note, I've been listening to a lot of the Shane Gillis podcast, who's strictly comedian, not political at all. He calls Joe Rogan Saint Rogies.
Saint Rogies.
All I'm gonna say is we gotta protect Saint Rogies at all costs, dude. We gotta protect our patron saint, Saint Rogies, and our patron saint, Snoop Dogg, with all we have, dude. With all we have.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Joe Rogan or whatever for whatever reason, but honestly, I don't mind Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan is actually more liberal than Alex and I.
Way more,
way more, but he does not does what we do. Like, we kind of I guess modeled a little bit after him in the fact that we are talking about things and coming at it from what we feel like is an unbiased place, which is kind of what I feel like Joe does. And I find myself agreeing with a lot of the things Joe says. Now, there's sometimes I'm like, I don't know about that one, Joe. But for the most part, he just interviews these people, and they just have a conversation about stuff, and then they can come to an agreement to disagree but be civil about it, or change each other. It's basically what we're doing.
He gives people a platform, whether he agrees with them or disagrees with them or anywhere in between, to at least vocalize their opinion and have a logical debate or conversation about it.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that podcast, I'm telling you, dude, I wouldn't know a quarter of the shit, 3/4 of the shit, of the stupid random shit that floats around in my brain on a day-to-day basis. And it's not because he has some sort of infinite wisdom. It's the people that he has on that share that wisdom. That's why I listen to the podcast. And that's where I get a lot of the shit that I know. And sometimes I listen to it, I'm like, that's complete bullshit, dude. I don't think that's real at all. But it at least gives that person a platform to vocalize. And then you can go out and make your own decisions.
Exactly. Damn, you give Ham freaking mod, and 3 seconds later, she just over here just roasting me for no reason. Check yourself.
Ham's roasting you?
Yeah, dude, in the chat. Just was like, I'm offended by Ben's existence, but here we are. What the fuck, dude? I didn't even do anything to you right now. I haven't done shit to you tonight.
Dude, my chat, hold on. I gotta see if I can get my chats pop up on my computer real quick.
I couldn't help it.
BS. This is bullcrap.
Couldn't help it.
And to answer your question, Ham, no, everything is good on our end, so it might just be your shitty ass internet.
I think. Okay.
So there you go. Yep. So quick change from.
Wait, no.
Oh, just kidding. Abby, what's up? I want to know what. Oh, Alex, your sister wants to know Well, she wants to know what your opinion on it truly like. Let's hear your opinion on what we were just talking about. What your opinion truly is. Is it a COVID hoax or like what are you thinking?
I just got chat popped up. I had to work with my screens a little bit. So my opinion on what is that on COVID hoax
Like
or
yeah, like what exactly, Abby? Like like the fact that the guy is on the board of both Pfizer and Reuters is and then like pushing his
oh,
agenda to get vaccinated. Like is that like yeah, I guess that's what she's getting at. Like
it's easy, baby. You follow the money. You always follow the money. And if you follow the money, you're going to find the story. Fucking mob bosses have been saying that shit since the early 1900s, right?
it's true.
When you want to look for the rat, you follow the money. And so, what possibly would Jim Smith have to gain by sitting on Pfizer board and the board of Reuters? What would be his only possible means of gains by sitting on both of those boards? Class, I mean, I don't think I'm the only person that thinks that it's the fucking money. Every dose, I think you're still muted, Ben.
Oh shit.
Every
Yeah.
dose of Pfizer vaccine that goes into an arm, what happens?
I don't think Abby that no COVID's not a hoax. I don't think it any
No,
like you
COVID's
can't
not a
say
hoax.
COVID. Like, yeah, I would say like COVID's not a hoax. It's not like COVID being hoax. It's and he I don't think he how he predicted to be on both. I don't think it's about him predicting to be on like predicting that like COVID was gonna happen and like now is the time to get on here and make a killing. I think that this was like this happened before COVID, and like now it's just like kind of coming out with everything. But the man was like is on the got to the position of being on the board of Pfizer and also on the board at Reuters, and then as much of a conflict of interest as that is, he's worked that to his benefit to be where he can be like, yes, now I'm going to make money on Pfizer because we're going to do all this, and also I can be on the board of Reuters and use that platform as a way to influence people to get the vaccine because people trust Reuters as a fact checking source, and like I said, I trusted Reuters as like a as a unbiased like news source that would just
Fact checking
present.
institution.
Yeah.
Correct, which is
So
what they're
now
supposed to be.
yeah, so which but now he's twisted it to where he can be like, we'll still fact check, but also if you say bad things about the vaccine and don't get it, then we're gonna ban you on social media.
So, and again, if Reuters weren't banning people, and I shouldn't say Reuters because it's not Reuters, it's Twitter and Facebook. If that, but that's the major fact-checking institution that both of those social media platforms lean on. So if people like Dr. Robert Malone were going on Twitter and saying, "Hey, if you get COVID within the early days, if you go get monoclonal antibodies, your chances of recovery shoot up by 95%." And if Pfizer or Reuters was coming out and saying, "Hey, yeah, no, that's true. So if you've missed the boat on getting the vaccine, go take this avenue." Instead, they're making it harder. The government is making it harder for people to get monoclonal antibodies, which that's a completely different story, completely different topic for another time. But that's the absolute God's honest truth, is that the government is trying to make it harder to get monoclonal antibodies, and they're calling it a shortage, which is complete bullshit. Or if they said, "Hey, yeah, you know what? After in your early stages of COVID, if you do get on a prescription of ivermectin, you can actually increase your chances of survival." Instead, they're saying, fucking ivermectin is horse medicine. Like, which is true. Like, it's used as a horse dewormer,
One of its uses.
but it's also on the WHO's top 20 most influential medicines created of all time that's been treated and used on billions of people. So there's a very clear agenda and a very clear stigma towards anything other than the vaccine.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is get your goddamn vaccine, and if you don't get your vaccine, you're a bad person and you're gonna kill old people and you don't care about kids. That has been the narrative tenfold for a very long time. And so now it comes to light that the fact-checking institution and the maker of the vaccine, there's a board member that sits on both of those boards. It's like, okay, well, it doesn't take a goddamn rocket scientist, a rocket scientist. I'm getting excited. A rocket scientist to connect the dots there to say, okay, something's rotten here, dude. There's a fucking rotten apple in this bitch, and it's starting to stink. And I don't know why we haven't sourced it out, but here it is, and it's all the money, baby. It's all the money. Follow the money. Mm-hmm. It's all financial gains. The more jabs, the more money. That's it. That's the moral of the story. That's it. That's the answer to the question.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get what you're saying, Abby, that it's really hard to believe that he got that lucky. I don't know if I would call it, this is just me, I don't know if I would call it luck. I feel like maybe it's probably a calculated move on his part that he got away with, which could be construed as luck before anybody picked up on it, but yeah. And I think from my reading through the article, I think he was on the Reuters board before he got on the Pfizer board.
I don't know in chronological order which happened first.
I think when I read through that article, I think it was that he got on Reuters from before he got on the vaccine board. Not saying it's a hope like something is weird. Oh yeah, no, I definitely see where you're coming from, Abby. Like it's definitely very sus that like Mans is on both boards and nobody said anything about it before now. And the unfortunate thing is that probably not too much is going to happen from it. It could be wrong. We could be wrong, but yeah.
I don't think it
was. Oh, snap! Nancy with the follow. Nancy created a Twitch account and followed the podcast. Let's go, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. All I can tell you is that on his LinkedIn page, it lists Pfizer before it does the Reuters Foundation.
Yeah, and he also he did some sus stuff where people ended up linking him to both of those, and then he changed his name on LinkedIn and removed his profile picture to try and make it harder for people to link him to both of those institutions. And I was like, it's a little bit too late for that, buddy.
Dude, and again, if you've watched, just say, Boardwalk Empire, where you get back into the times where all of this kind of financial gain, early 1920s Prohibition period. Mm-hmm. Prohibition was not about taking booze out of the American people's hands. It was about making money.
Oh yeah.
It was about the lobby. When you start to connect the dots and see that this isn't like a microcosm. I should say that also. This isn't like a microcosm of Pfizer and Reuters. This shit happens across the entire fucking government. This isn't about COVID and Reuters and Pfizer as much as it is just the sheer corruption that exists within the American government system.
Yeah.
That's where the frustration should lie. That these major fucking board members that sit and make these very big and important decisions have very, very clear discrimination against their decisions based on financial impacts. You could write a fucking 200-page novel about this shit.
Yeah.
This isn't a microcosm. This isn't just COVID. This is the system at large.
No, for sure. Virus is right. There's way too much cross-pollination between government, medicine, and media. And
exactly
about 1,000 other different things. But yeah, no, and I get what we get what you're saying, Abby. It was definitely a calculated move, and more. I would not be surprised if it came out and that he did know something was up before everybody else and made this move so he could cash in on it. It's like Alex is saying. It's not unheard of. It's not this is a one little instance. It happens all the time. But yeah,
I was telling Kristen about this shit In fact, I had just set up my boom arm and she like flipped my microphone in front of me and she was like, "Tell me about the COVID." And I started going on a tangent and she like pulled the microphone from my face. She's like, "That's all we have time for today." And she was like, "I can't wait for a class action lawsuit to come out about this shit." I'm like, "But it's not going to happen. Like, I wish
Yeah.
it would."
No,
Like,
for sure.
I wish we could live in a system to where people were just honest and there wasn't some sort of financial gain to be had from these decisions that are made. But people are people and people have been fucking up our system and they've been greedy since the beginning of fucking time.
Yeah.
So why we expect them to be any different now is fucking mind-blowing.
No,
like
100%.
we're living in the same shit that's been happening for fucking decades, millenniums. And here we still sit.
Yep.
Talking about the same old shit. So.
Well, let's see. What does Nancy say almost every time she comes in here? Nothing ever changes.
Yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same, brother. That's anyway.
I love Fire City loved Nancy Pelosi's answer about insider trading by members of Congress.
Oh
She's not friggin' absolved of that either.
I think this is a free market and we should be able to participate just like anybody else.
No, fuck off, Nancy Pelosi. I hate you. You don't get to just participate in the free market when you have friggin' knowledge of things that are going to happen because you're making the fucking laws. Stupid bitch.
So before you declare a tax incentive for gasoline-free vehicles, your husband's just allowed to invest millions of dollars into electrical vehicles. Okay,
makes sense.
All right, yeah, no, that's not insider.
And then the rest of the public's supposed to be like,
dude.
Then the rest of the public's supposed to be like, oh, they're buying. We need to go now. Like, no,
that's fucking
so stupid. I hate Nancy Pelosi with a burning passion.
Yeah. Anyway. On to the next thing. I'm done getting fired up about this shit. I could keep on. Get the vaccine if you want to get the vaccine.
Facts, Moo. All right. I think the last thing we'll end with tonight is it's a little bit interesting. Kind of might maybe blow your minds a little bit, but in a different way than this COVID BS. So there was a lady who has died. It's been, 25 years since she's been alive now, I think. In case you haven't heard of her.
She passed away in 1996.
96?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
at 85.
26 years. Her name, well, everybody called her Baba Vanga, but her actual name was, it was in here somewhere. Hold on, let me find it. Yep, her actual name was Vangelia Pandeva Dimitriova. She was raised in Bulgaria. Dude, so
I'm gonna have to pee real quick.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I
cannot hold it anymore.
Go ahead. So her story goes like this. When she was a child, she was, at the age of 12, she lost her eyesight. It was a really weird storm that happened, I guess, in Bulgaria. It was they called it a freak tornado. And during the storm, the story goes that she was flung into the air and then thrown down to the ground. And then she her eyes were injured. Her family found her, several days later. Her eyes were injured and sealed shut and encrusted with a thick layer of dust and dirt. During that time, those days before her family found her, she said that she had experienced her first vision, and she believes that she had been instilled with the ability to heal people and predict the future. So yes, Squash, this is the lady that made predictions. So, real quick, we're just going to go through a few of the predictions that she's made. We'll take this all with a grain of salt. She has an 85% success rate, though, so make of that what you will. So, one of the first ones she made, or one of the ones that she made that was pretty accurate, was the Kursk nuclear submarine disaster. So, this is back in 1980. In 1980, she said that Kursk will be covered with water and the whole world will weep over it, claiming that the disaster would happen in August of 1999. The Russian sub sank August 2000 and killing everyone on board. So she was off by a year, but still kind of predicted that a disaster would happen with Kursk. She also predicted the rise of ISIS. the Syrian gas attacks by al-Assad. In that one, she said she warned of a showdown in the country where Muslims would use chemical warfare against Europeans, and that was and people are saying that is similar to the suspected gas attack that the Syrian president al-Assad used against his own people. So they're also crediting her with Brexit. Some of you know about Britain's exit from fucking the European Union. So they're crediting her with that, as well as saying that Europe will cease to exist by 2017. Obviously, that didn't happen. Europe's still here. It's still a thing. But they're saying that the European Union, I guess, as a whole, ceased to exist because Britain exited. So she correctly claimed that the 44th U.S. president would be black. The incorrect portion of this is that she said that would also be the last president, which obviously that's not true. We're two presidents removed from that. We had 46.
Depends on what you consider to be president.
Ooh,
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Bang, bang.
In the literal sense, two
Yes,
presidents
two
removed
presidents
from this.
removed.
In 1989, she claimed that the American brethren will fall after being attacked by the steel birds and that innocent blood will be gushing. People are saying that was a reference to the September 11 attacks in 2001. She also was credited with predicting Vladimir Putin winning the 2018 election. In 1979, during a meeting with writer Valentin Sidorov, Vanga said that all will thaw as if ice, only one remain untouched. And talking about, then said Vladimir's glory of Russia. Or Vladimir's glory of Russia. So predicting that yeah, that's what I'm saying. Winning the election. Putin killed everyone. She's also saying that one of her predictions, and I'm pretty sure this has not come true yet, but one of her other predictions is that World War III, shortly after her death, the elderly woman, shortly before, so excuse me, I read that wrong. Shortly before her death, the Baba Vanga said that Russia will not only survive World War III, but it will dominate the world. So, got that to look forward to. So moving ahead, these, I guess, are her predictions for 2022. Virtual reality takeover for the coming year. Not too far off. Not too far off. Another pandemic. So if you thought COVID was the only one, buckle up, people, because we got another one coming from Siberia that apparently is going to get thawed out of the ice in Siberia due to climate change.
And just a note on that, this was way before COVID was ever even a glimmer in anyone's eyes. So even if she's not talking about a thawed out pandemic, we're already living in a pandemic. So that's already somewhat true.
Yeah. So then she also said that another prediction for this year is that many cities will face water shortages that will result in political consequences as alternative solutions are used. I don't like the sound of that one.
Doomsday Glacier. I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. Oh my, we're gonna be alive for so long tonight. Fuck. She's also saying that this year, an invasion of Earth by aliens on an asteroid is going to happen.
Talk about
yeah, like via asteroid.
Yeah, so the aliens are just gonna like fucking surf an asteroid into Earth. Like, saw dudes. We'll see what happens with that one.
Little bitch.
What's up, little bitch? Nah, dude. And then famine in India due to the drop in temperatures that will result in locusts attacking crops. So apparently India's in for a real fucking shitty year. We'll see. And then apparently some more earthquakes and tsunamis with intense bouts of floods in Australia and parts of Asia. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And then these are just some other things that she's predicted for even further in the future that I thought were kind of interesting. According to her, global hunger will be eradicated between 2025 and 2028. So nobody's going to be hungry anymore. We're all going to eat space food. That's what I'm getting from that. Forget global hunger. It's all going to be manufactured space food. China is going to overtake the U.S. as a superpower at some point in the future. Not all that surprising. The polar ice caps, this is what Alex is going to want to talk about later. The polar ice caps will melt from around 2033 to 2045, and the ocean levels will rise around this time. Apparently, in the future, doctors will be able to cure any disease with cloning technology. I don't know about... That one's kind of like weird. Like that to me is like a pretty general like fucking prediction. Like you watch a couple of sci-fi movies back in the 70s and 80s and be like, yeah, I feel like eventually sometime in the future doctors will be able to cure every disease with cloning. That seems right. Around 2072, a classless, and this will make Dan Hoppin super happy. A classless communist society will thrive in hand with nature. I have no idea what the fuck that means. But I don't think I want to live in that world.
The Great Reset, bro.
Yeah, fuck that. You can reset these nuts. A colony on Mars will enable the planet to become a nuclear power and demand independence from Earth from around 2170 to 2256. You got time, Elon. You got time. And then apparently the universe is going to end in 5079. So, holy... Hey, yo, camera guy Andy gifting a sub to Ham. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Andy.
Hey, beautiful people. Hope the stream goes well and y'all have a great night. I appreciate that, Andy. You have a good one, too.
Thank you. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you.
5079. Damn, I'll be in my 50s. Moo, I don't know if you know how math works. So let me go back through chat and read some stuff based off all those predictions. So, yeah. Fire said, is getting thrown by a tornado all it takes to gain future vision? Bro, if that's all it takes, I'm driving back to the Midwest in the next storm and trying to get yeeted by a tornado.
So to be clear on what he's talking about, Baba Vanga, however you want to say it, she claimed to get her mysticism from being picked up and thrown by a tornado. Oh, yeah. We did? Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry.
That's why you were
might have been.
That's why you're taking your pee-pee.
I was going potty. My bad. Continue.
So, yeah. Nancy said, I have a Nancy dome. I'm going to come back to that. I want to know what that means. And then Nancy said, LOL, Twitter bitch. I don't know about that either. Nancy, I have questions. Fira said, has she predicted the U.S. being attacked by a giant orange in 2024? As of yet, no. We shall see. Winning. Abby, not a sim, just my imagination. Oh, that's what Nancy meant. Okay. We're all living in Nancy's head. All right, that's not a terrible place to be, I guess. Nancy, stop fucking everything up, though. Like, why'd you have to dream up a pandemic? I'm just going to... Moo, this one was true. I find it odd how Hawaii had snow and the Midwest saw 80 degrees all December. Global warming, baby. Wasn't Thawing Ice the basis of the most recent Predator movie? I didn't see the most recent Predator movie, but I would imagine. Hawaii is in a Hawaii's in a water issue, Abby? Ooh, I did not know that. Nancy said, we're the aliens. We're made of stardust. Okay. I like it. What the hell's chat's going off right now? F and Steven is raiding with a party of 10. What's up, Steven? Appreciate you.
Hey, welcome.
F and raid. Welcome everybody in. How's it going?
F and raid.
F and raid. I love it. Well, hey, appreciate the raid.
You.
Welcome
Thank
in,
you
everybody.
Coming.
Appreciate it. We're in the midst of talking about Baba Vanga and all of her predictions for this coming year. So that's what you guys walked in on. So sit down, grab some popcorn, and enjoy. Yo, Harry, doing good, man. Doing good. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. How was your stream? Were you podcasting as well? Let me know. But anyways, sorry, going back, I'm trying to just catch up on chat real fast. Global hunger. You squash it. Can't have global hunger if everyone's dead. That is also true. So we could all die between 2025 and 2028, and then just be good from there. Damn, we are getting all of the follows right now. I appreciate everybody following. DJ FU and Mudbutt22 and Effin Stefan. Appreciate the follows, guys. We're doing a show called Watch Your Effin' Mouth. I love it. I love the name of that. That's awesome. All right. Hit us with it, Alex. What do you got? What are your thoughts and feelings on these here predictions?
Well, so I'm gonna start with the more fun one, because I was gonna start with the Doomsday Glacier, but the more fun one that I can't believe we like glossed over the last couple weeks is that NASA has hired theologians to see how religious entities would react to aliens in fact
Nancy.
being confirmed
Yeah.
and being a real thing. So NASA has hired 24 theologians
The
to
way you say that word
enlist
aggravates me.
me
Theologians.
theologians. I'll say it about 100 more times for you, Benny.
There you
Theologians.
go. That's how you say it, not theologians. That's fucking weird.
So, in a recent statement on the University of Cambridge's Faculty of Divinity blog, Davidson says his research has now so far already seen just how frequently theology and astrobiology has been a topic in popular writing in the last 150 years. So basically, NASA has brought in a bunch of theologians to say, hey, if we in fact come out and say that aliens are a real thing, how is the religious community gonna react to this? Because if we come out and say aliens are a real thing, that could throw some real wrenches into the whole Christianity religious type belief system. So I don't think that necessarily that aliens are going to come riding in on an asteroid and like take over the earth. I think that's very far-fetched to believe.
Right.
But based on some of the shit that she's already gotten right, like
I
she
mean, she had
talked
an
about,
85% success rate, so
and keep in mind, she started talking about global warming and climate change way, way, way like 2 decades before global
oh,
climate
there
change
you go.
was ever like a topic. When
Yeah.
she started talking about climate change, people were like, what the fuck is climate change? Like, Baba Vanga, you're off your fucking rocker, girl.
You're
Like,
always crazy until you're proven right.
you're not seeing straight.
She's not seeing at all.
I know. So that's a fun thing to think about. And the fact that people are talking about this Bloomsday glacier that apparently feeds 70% of the Earth's population of natural fresh water. And they're basically saying that if things continue the way that they're continuing right now, this glacier is going to break off into the ocean and we're going to lose 70% of our resource for natural spring water, which is pretty fucking weird to think about considering.
Well, hold on. Speed me up on that one, because when I read that article about that glacier is in Antarctica, and how I don't know how that glacier is giving us fresh water when it's in the middle of the freaking salt ocean, and like we're not pumping water off the glacier.
So the whole thing is that there's natural spring water coming in underneath it. And I'm going to sound
From
completely
Antarctica.
incompetent. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
sound completely incompetent talking about this. To be fair, this completely comes off of my general knowledge, off of a podcast that I've listened to where they cite a bunch of different articles.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
not looked and researched all these different articles, but they call it the Doomsday Glacier for a reason, in which being that if we lose this glacier and it drifts off into sea, we're going to lose a large majority of our fresh spring water that is distributed nationwide, basically.
But isn't so? Maybe we're talking about two different. Is this a glacier that's up in the Arctic, or is it in Antarctica? Because one of the articles that you had me like you sent out earlier was this one is in Antarctica, and
This is Antarctica's Doomsday Glacier.
but we're not
Correct.
pumping water from Antarctica. So
So,
how? But
but
like, where's that water? Like, if it falls off, that water that's running under is not going anywhere.
well, here's the thing is you're not going to be able to extract water from that glacier. It's not going to continue to pump water to our reservoirs in the same way that it's pumping water to our reservoirs right now.
So the way the glacier is situated is it's forcing that spring water to go elsewhere in the world.
Correct. It's basically all just going to drift off back into sea.
Okay. So that's the part that I was like wasn't getting, because like we don't have any like anything set up down there to like freaking pump water. So the
No, no,
glacier is
no.
basically a plug, and it's plugging
In
that spring and forcing that water to go elsewhere. So if that glacier falls
exactly.
off and melts, all that spring water is pumping into the ocean now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So one of the podcasts that I actually listened to, which is just a couple of dumb guys, kind of like just
You and me.
and a extremely intelligent female and Haley,
There it is.
but just a couple of dumb guys like you and me, was like, why don't we just create a sub pump system to where we just pump that water, like, and there's a bunch of like gullies, like valleys that aren't filled with water anymore. And all the comments have been like, you can't do that. You're going to cause catastrophic climate change because you're going to completely change the course of how the water flows.
Yeah.
And then the argument is like, well, we're already fucking it up anyway. But then they're like, well, you're going to fuck it up even more. So blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So to go back to the whole Baba Vanga prediction, I'm not a believer in mystics, but at the same time, having talked to a medium on
Yeah, I
this
was going to
podcast,
say, we had a very interesting interview with a medium last year.
where I was a complete skeptic going into it and completely changed my mind very quickly into it. I listened to that podcast first, and then I read these Baba Vanga predictions, kind of being like, well, these are probably all going to be bullshit. And the more of them that I read, the more I was like, holy fuck, like, she might be on. I'm not saying this is going to happen. Obviously, yeah. I really hope it doesn't. But at the same time, we're talking about things that decades ago she was talking about and predicting. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, this is kind of weird, you know? And alternate, like, reality taking over, and we're all going into the metaverse. And
the metaverse
Musk
and
is
Neuralink.
I'm just saying, it's a little fucking weird. It's a little fucking quinky dink.
Yeah, if some of those predictions that we read for this year come true, like the metaverse thing, which is kind of already coming true, like her track record's going to stay on for at least an 85% success rate.
And
the other thing that I'll say with her is that like the China becoming a superpower thing, like or like overtaking the US, that's not that far fetched. They're kind of already on like the way.
Yeah.
Like they're and like we've like people been saying before, it's like they're not gonna be a superpower militaristically, it's gonna be a superpower economically.
Exactly.
And they're gonna overtake us economically. Kind of already on the way there. So she's got at least 2.
Read that comment from Nancy.
Nancy said, yes, our fresh water percolates down into the aquifers at a very slow rate. We need to let it go the natural way. No, I'm with you on that, Nancy, for
exactly.
Sure. Yeah, I you know, kind of remembered from my freaking middle school, like, geography and classes and all that, those science, friggin', what the heck was that called? Whatever, introductory earth science class you took, natural science. That's how things were. That's what I was confused on what Alex was saying. Was like, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of fresh water. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean we're going to lose it? It's not going anywhere. But the glacier's acting like a plug. That's where
But if fresh water becomes at a premium,
yeah, if we're gonna get it's like
very different society.
We're gonna turn. It's gonna turn into what's that movie? Watch. So here's watch what's gonna happen. All of our predictions are gonna like mesh together, and we're gonna get. The glacier's gonna like melt and drop off, which during that reading, it's gonna cause at least a 2-foot rise in the oceans, which that's not good. So we're gonna get the oceans rising, no more glacier. We're gonna lose a lot of fresh water, so that takes care of her cities in water crisis, global warming, and that kind of stuff. And then we're just gonna move into the movie Waterworld, and we're all just gonna live in Waterworld.
The worst fucking movie ever made.
Don't you dare badmouth that cult classic. Who was the actor in that one? Fucking oh god.
Oh, it was wasn't it Swayze?
No, it was not Patrick Swayze.
No, it wasn't Swayze.
It was not Patrick. Do not disparage Patrick Swayze. Kevin Costner. There it is. Thank you, Squash.
Costner. There you go.
Yeah. Kevin Costner kind of really marred his acting with that one. Poor guy. Oh god.
He really took that one on the chin.
Really said, yeah, Waterworld. That sounds like a great idea. Astronomical flop. But yeah, no, Fires, you're right. In Fires' opinion, he says mystics are just statistical outliers. The vast majority of folks are wrong half the time, and we never hear about a guy who's 85% wrong. True, because it's not a good story being 85% wrong. So, Hamothy, you're over here being quiet, talking to the chat, saying you met a few mystics. The fuck?
I've met a few guys who are 85% wrong all the time.
Oh, okay. I thought
no.
you were talking about mystics for a second. I was like, hold on a minute.
I wish that'd be cool.
Damn,
Maybe I am one. I just didn't know it.
X
We
Files.
need to get Heather back on.
True, we do need
Get
to
Heather
interview
back
her
on.
again.
I would love to talk with her. I think that would be super interesting.
We should.
I can reach out and see if she'll.
We should message her
She
again.
probably would be. She probably would be willing to come back on.
Yeah, we should message
That'd
her
be
again.
a cool, super cool thing.
Be down for that. Squash said, "Good thing I'm already in the Navy." Yeah, and you got your boating license for Mississippi too, dude. You're set. All right, I'm coming down to Mississippi now. We're gonna. Anyways, but yeah, so that's Baba Vanga.
Yeah, look
Interesting.
into it. I mean, if nothing else, it's a fun read and a fun little thought experiment, to think about. My most
Fucking
excited part of
fires.
that, my most excited part of everything that she said is that aliens are finally going to come.
Yeah.
I hope to God
I mean, after
she's
being,
right.
everybody, all the government agencies are confirming their existence, and at this point, they might as well just touch down. She should already be expecting the invite. No, she's not a. She's a medium, but she's not. She's not a mystic. I don't know if she would. I don't know. Maybe the people from the beyond will tell her to expect an invite. I don't know if that's how it works, but virus. Oh, god dang it! That's so Raven type shit. Yeah, just. Imagine we should get her on again though. That'd be another good one. That was a fun podcast.
She's already read all that she has to read about me, I think. don't know.
I'm pretty
Maybe
sure
there's
that
more.
I'm good. So we'll see what happens.
But it would be
Amity,
dope
not
to get her
good.
back on. We can try.
He hasn't
Anyway.
met me.
True.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus, we are the aliens. Oh, Nancy is getting real perturbed that we keep saying aliens are coming, and that we are the aliens.
I don't disagree with you, Nancy. I think we are the aliens. The
True.
aliens coming back to us are just our future forms of ourselves coming back to be like, y'all are fucking this up, and you need to stop. Like, quit it.
True,
Don't-
we could have Nancy
don't
on
do
here.
this
That'd be an
anymore.
interesting podcast.
That'd be fun.
Nancy, what are you doing next week?
Don't entertain her because she'll be on here.
We are
be sitting
likely in
with
a
me
Men in
live
Black
in here.
situation. Oh, we just keep getting like flashed over and over fires. That sounds like fun.
I want Nancy on here and I want Jim on here too.
Oh God, I don't think we
no.
could have both of them at the same time.
Jim was a hoot. Jim was a crowd.
I will be there. All right, Nancy's on the podcast next week. Pencil it in. The government knows and is in contact. Dude, facts. I think that's the plot to Interstellar, Alex. True, Squash.
It's kind of true. In fact, it's probably very true. But
True. Okay. Shit, I think that's just about everything.
Yeah, y'all ran through every single article that I had.
Pog. Jim is too much. LOL. Happy. All right. Does anybody else have anything for us? Squash, you've been out for like months. What's up? What's popping? I'm sure you have something somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. You're still catching up on what happened in the world. Anybody else? You got anything for us?
Ghislaine's going to jail.
Oh, true. Yeah. How did I forget about that?
I freaked
We
out
were
about
wrong.
that shit.
We were wrong. We thought she was going to walk off
I
scot-free.
thought she was gonna walk, dude. I thought
She did
was
not
gonna
walk. She's
for
gone.
Sure.
I think the verdict was like 60 years, I think. She got 50, 60 years in prison.
And she got put on suicide watch right away. Like,
Yeah, we'll see how well that goes.
imagine that. I don't care if she fucking commits suicide at this point in time. She's been convicted for her crimes. So
Yeah. Pokimane soft banned for streaming Avatar. Like the streamer Pokimane?
Yeah, the Twitch. How
Like
did you
the
not
chick?
see that? I saw that. Yeah, the chick.
The chick?
Yeah, she streamed.
She was streaming
the movie Avatar or something.
Was she streaming Avatar The Last Airbender or like Avatar the shitty ass movie?
The movie, that's not a shitty movie.
The
Don't
one with
say
the blue
that.
ones? Trash. It's
Yeah,
a
that's-
freaking
Dude,
futuristic.
that's not a shitty movie.
It's a
Come on,
futuristic
bro.
Pocahontas. Seen
That
it.
shit's not.
It's
not a
got
shitty
cool
movie.
visual effects. That's the
Anyway.
only thing it has going for it. It's by James Cameron, and I hated Titanic, so it only makes sense that I did not like that movie.
You hated Titanic?
Titanic was boring as fuck. The only good part of that movie is when dude
You
falls off the back of the boat and
fucking-
hits the propeller.
Well, all of this is irrelevant because he said the last Airbender tune. So thank you, Ben.
True.
Oh,
That's
well,
why
it don't matter.
The Last
Ben's
Airbender
still an
tune-
uncultured swine for
No,
his
that's not true because I
comments
love
on
Avatar.
fucking-
So fuck you. That movie
It might.
sucked.
I don't know, but yeah, they banned her for.
Bro,
for
the
doing
fucking that movie was boring as hell. I'm not getting into this. I'm not fighting chat on this. That movie was boring as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say about it. The
Yeah,
visuals
you're
were
wrong,
cool. The
so.
storyline was trash.
Anyway. Oh yeah, that's right. Ham ban
Okay,
Ben.
fine, ban me. You won't have a podcast anymore.
Oh, Ben, it's
Anyways, no,
okay.
I don't
We
care.
still love you,
I-
even though you
Ben
have
is
trash
canceled.
bags.
Everybody hates me because I hate Avatar and Titanic. I don't care. Unpopular opinion. Both those movies are trash.
Well, anyway, yeah, no, they banned her. They
Really? What's her soft ban? How long is she banned for? Probably like 3 days.
No, I think it was a lifetime. I think.
Well, Fyrus said it's like a soft ban, so yeah, it's
Oh,
only
it was
2 days.
2 days. Oh,
Thank you,
well,
Squash. Yeah,
then that's
no,
not
because my
that.
buddy streamed one of the Chiefs games. It was like a Thursday night game, and didn't stream it through Amazon on Amazon Prime's Watch Party, and they banned him for like 3-4 days because of it. Dang, that's wild. Like, I wonder if she. Well, you know what? If she didn't do it through Squash about to fight. What's up, Jesus? Squash about to fight Abby. Let's go. Faye Brothers canceled. Faye Brothers are not canceled. Yeah, so that makes sense. If she didn't use the Amazon Watch Party, then. Well, oh, you want to know why I'm being banned, Jesus? You'll jump on that bandwagon real fast. It's because I think Titanic and Avatar, both movies by James Cameron, are dog ass.
Get him, Jesus. Get him.
That's why. So go ahead and
Let
jump
him-
on that.
let him
Cancel
have
it.
it.
And my little brother Squash is in the same boat as me. So go ahead and jump on the bandwagon of canceling us, but it's not going to work. Bye bye, Faye
Dude.
Bros. Yeah, right. Wasn't Watch Party. Pretty sure it was on Crunchyroll. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Unsubscribe. Yep, there it is.
Yeah. See,
Well, then don't subscribe for me. Just subscribe for Alex. Then
that's right. See, I think they're good
they're
movies.
fucking
I
boring.
think, but in all reality, I would take a 3-day ban to be like a headline on Twitter for a couple days.
Yeah, she's just gonna gain more viewers from it, so it's like not that
Yeah.
big of a deal. She
No,
knows.
I would.
She knows she's gonna get a soft ban on it, and she's one of the biggest like streamers on Twitch. So Twitch isn't gonna fucking lifetime ban her for it because
Hey.
they're making her. She's making them money.
Ham, could you fire up Airbender real quick and stream that?
We don't
for, like,
have.
the last,
we
like-
don't have as big of a platform. We're fucked if we get banned.
Please, could you fire it up for like the last 20 minutes, maybe? Just let it roll.
Jesus, you want me to explain myself?
Yeah.
I thought
Explain
Titanic-
yourself, Ben.
I thought
you
Titanic
fucking
was
asshole.
boring. Okay, look, I'll give it to this. Both movies
How the
have.
fuck do you think Titanic is boring?
Shush, let me finish.
Okay,
finish.
I'm listening.
Both movies have great
Never even seen it.
visual effects, okay? Titanic is just some poncy ass boring fucking love story that doesn't get good until the freaking boat breaks in half, and then the only good part of it is when the guy falls off the back of the boat and you hear bong as his fucking body hits the propeller. I laughed my ass off when that happened. Avatar is just future Pocahontas. Good visual effects, boring ass story. We've seen it 1,000 times. Come up with something new, James Cameron. The plot of both of those movies bored me to tears. Avatar is not. Show me where Avatar is not Pocahontas. White dudes come to new land. One white dude falls in love with the native. They're trying to take the resources. It's Pocahontas. I'm not anti love stories. I like love stories. I just want a good one. That one was boring.
Titanic is based off of a true fucking story, bro.
No, the movie.
How do you want to spice up a true
The
story?
movie's based off of the true events, but that actual love story never happened.
False.
It's not false. It was a
False.
fiction based around a horrific tragedy.
Did you not watch her throw the ring into the ocean, bro? Or not? I mean,
It was a necklace.
necklace, whatever it was.
Avatar. See, Squash is right. Avatar is Pocahontas, Last of the Mohicans, and Dances with Wolves in space. I've seen all three. No, I've seen 2 of those movies. I didn't see Last of the Mohicans. I don't remember if I did or not. I've seen Dances with Wolves. But yeah, it's just the same in space with blue people. Just rehashed. Sucks. Visuals were cool. Plotline, trash. Titanic isn't just a love story. What the? Yes, it is. That's the whole premise of the goddamn thing. Could have been a true love story. Leo DiCaprio survived. True. There was enough space on that door for both of them.
We need to get that raid back in here to tell Ben how fucking stupid he's being with these
I'm not
takes
being
right
stupid.
now.
Unpopular opinion, fucking crucify me for it, which you are, but like I don't care. Avatar is a social commentary about how corporate entities will sink an entire planet for profit. That's exactly what happened in Pocahontas. It's the same story. They did that in Pocahontas.
Jesus, I'm
The
gonna let you
visuals-
take
the
it from
visuals
here
were
because
cool
I'm
though,
tired.
yo.
My throat's a little tired, so you just see, get him, Jesus, get him.
Pocahontas had nothing to do with business. It was they came
Yeah.
there looking for treasure and to fucking colonize. How has that nothing to do with business? All the friggin' there was a business aspect to each one of the settlers' ships. There's always a business aspect to it. It was about business.
I feel like this argument is like that one that's like, she was a princess and her sister.
You're gonna stand here and tell me that I'm wrong? Colonization did not ruin a planet. Yeah, it ruined the United States. It's basically taking colonization and taking it from one country and blowing it up to planet-sized scale. What did they do in Avatar, Jesus? They destroyed a culture and people. Well, they attempted to. It's the same story. You're not gonna change. That's the same fucking thing. I will die on this hill. Both those movies are ass, and you guys are all sheeple for liking them.
Oh, you're gonna say the sheeple term, huh?
Boo! It was. Those movies were trash. This is what.
Hold on.
This is me right now.
Hold on. Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. I'm gonna stab him. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? It's my favorite she wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog. I'm not fighting with you. Grow up, bro. Grow up.
The fact that you can't differentiate between them does not make us sheeple. No, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Yes, Jesus.
Get out of here.
Bro.
There's
Get
no
'em, bro.
difference between them. It's basically the
Jesus.
same. Squash is right. 1600s tobacco farming would like a word.
Yeah, get out of here, Ben.
No, this is you guys can't see the difference. You guys are not making. Oh my god, you guys are aggravating me. You guys are aggravating me. They're the same fucking story. Avatar is the same story as Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves, and Last of the Mohicans. It's the same fucking story, just recycled in sci-fi. I want to see that TikTok, Abby. Send it to me. Also, my hair could probably do the exact same thing that dude's hair did, but if I jumped on this call, it will never end. I would love to sit here and argue movies with you, Jesus. I really would, because at the end of the day, we're going to be fine. But I don't have time to argue movies tonight. I'm sorry. But I will die. This is one of those. Look. I'm sorry. I'm attacking your movies, but in my opinion, which is the wildly unpopular opinion, those movies are boring. Titanic was just boring to me. I like love stories, but that one was
can take my
boring.
spot.
No,
Avatar,
Haley,
whatever,
you're
but
not.
Titanic?
You're not getting out of this that easy. Sorry.
you're stuck.
I
You're
have
stuck,
nothing
Timothy.
to say about any of this.
You gotta sit and suffer through it.
Virus, this is one of the hills I will die on. I am the dude in the meme sitting behind the fucking table that says Titanic and Avatar were garbage movies. You can't change my mind. Sipping coffee.
I'm
That's
the
me.
same way as Jesus. If you want to say Avatar is a boring movie, whatever, I'll concede that. But Titanic, that's a fucking classic.
That's
bro.
why everybody
That's
likes
a
it so much,
goddamn
because it's just a classic. It's been hyped up. It has a cult fight. Blah, blah, blah. Boring.
No, it doesn't.
How did we get to such a low point? Okay, first of all, this is not a low point. We've been to lower points, all right? This is not a low point.
How did we get to such a low point in Ben's career?
There are only a few stories that humans share. Shakespeare told most of them first after the Bible. See, thank you, Nancy. Everyone's just butthurt because I'm shitting on movies that everybody holds very dear.
I love that Jesus says, how did we get to such a low point in Ben's
Here we go.
career?
We're watching this. We're going to get copyright strike for this, but I don't care. Thank you, Squash. Also, thank you, Abby.
In a world created by fat computer programmers comes a film so epic it increased ticket prices $3 whole. Avatar. Meet Jake Sully, a Marine who is contacted by the government because his dead twin brother Tommy was part of a secret scientific program that engineered expensive synthetic avatar bodies capable of being driven by human drivers when wired into a computer, but only if the DNA genomes of the driver and the avatar body match, which Jake's does because he's a twin. So the government takes advantage of this fact by asking Jake to drive Tommy's avatar body to a rich deposit of space coal called Unobtainium, which is sitting under a tree called Home Tree, which is occupied by the native people called the Na'vi. It's kinda dumb. Meet Neytiri, but more importantly, meet her side bloobs. Together, they'll learn military bad, trees good. Travel to a futuristic world of spaceships, mech warriors, and really crappy wheelchairs? Follow along with a team of scientists who blend in with the natives by wearing the Gap Khaki collection. Discover the Na'vi, a strong and noble race of blue Indians fully in tune with nature who are somehow helpless without the white man. It's actually kind of offensive when you think about it. This December, prepare for 3 hours of eyeball twitching. As you're force-fed the most obvious message ever.
They're just goddamn trees.
It will leave you wondering, did I see her nipple? Starring the recycled plots from Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas, Last of the Mohicans, An Inconvenient Truth, Native American History, and Fern Gully. Papyrus. Avatar. We get it. We'll recycle. Please just make another Terminator already. Tell us what...
Bam. Anyway. I'm dying on that hill. Till I actually die.
I want to see Carl's reaction that Abby sent on TikTok.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Still never saw the nips. I know, a tragedy.
Still never. Jesus, I stand with you, just so you know. Ben's not an ally.
Okay, we're not taking it that far. The fact that all they can do is equate them to stories of indigenous people is offensive. No, we're not pulling that card out.
Yeah, bro,
they
that's
literally
so
just
offensive,
recycled
dude.
that as... I'm not getting into it.
That's so goddamn offensive, dude. Wow, bro.
It's not them equating it. The dude literally did that in the movie.
It is 2022, dude. You cannot just equate that to
I'm not saying that it's not offensive that they did that, but it's the fact that the all they can do is equate them. No, it's not a movie about it. They shoehorn science into it.
You're gonna argue about science.
You're gonna stand here and tell me that I'm wrong?
Zombie, help me.
Hi, Viking Zombie. How are you? You came in on the tail end of our podcast where we're arguing about movies and the fact that Avatar and Titanic are trash.
You're gonna sit here and argue about science, Ben?
Bro, it's not all about science. It's about the white man coming in and fucking up the indigenous peoples. Jeebus Christ. Okay, here we go. This is Carl. We like Carl.
Oh my God.
Whoops.
Dude, you're the machine gun! What do you mean?
He never died!
What do you mean?
They show the scene of him waking up in the hospital!
He said twice. I'm done.
Jesus.
He died. He got shot like 30 times.
He got shot like twice.
Dude, you're the machine gun! What do you mean?
He never died!
What do you mean?
They show the scene of him waking up in the hospital!
He said twice.
Hilarious. Anyway, welcome, Zombie. How are you doing today? Oh, we have two zombies in here now. We have freaking Raffle Zombie and Viking Zombie. I know she's gone, but yeah. Good guys have 250 HP. Bad guys only have 25. Facts, Virus. That's normal video game logic. That's hilarious,
Alex,
though,
I might
Gail.
have something to make you laugh.
Oh, I love it. Let's fucking
Only
run it.
Alex.
Oh, only Alex?
Only me. Thanks, Haley.
I want to see if it does it. Does it do it? Did it do it? Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Did it do it?
Yeah, it did the
Yes.
face thing.
My name's
Oh,
Ben.
nice.
Avatar sucks because everybody else likes it.
I hate it. That's not why I hate that movie. I'm not dying on this hill. I've literally died on this hill about 3 times already. It's a rehashed fucking white man shitting
My
on the...
name's Ben.
Oh my god. Get muted. But yeah. Oh my god, here we go. Dude, ecological disasters caused by man for the sake of corporate profit, the destruction of not just culture but entire ecological system. Humans can understand because they aren't educated enough. I mean, what's
Yeah, that's right. Let's go for another hour. All right, buckle up.
because the exact same shit happened when the fucking settlers started coming to the New World after it was discovered. The whole point of us settling them, bringing people over here, and oh God forbid it, I'm gonna say it's slavery, was because it was all for friggin' corporate greed and profit. Tobacco plantations, sugar plantations, friggin' cotton plantations, all that shit was not good. Not good for the ecology of the freaking areas, and we shit on the natives. It's exactly what happened in fucking Avatar. They just didn't want to show it in Pocahontas because it's a Disney movie and we can't show that stuff.
Your little hand movement, like you're really trying to make a point. I've already told you that I'm gonna let Jesus get you on this.
Thank you, Squash. One. I have one supporter.
Yeah, and he has the last name is the same one that you do. So,
but Avatar had hoverplanes. Man, fuck them hoverplanes. It's the same thing.
I need to take out my dog.
You mean we're not settling Pandora? They were destroying the planet. We would have settled if we had it. The settling is not the point. The point is it's the same. Oh my! I'm done. You guys aren't getting it. Movie was trash. Boring as fuck.
Need to have a whole podcast just debating movies. Apparently,
it'll be one of our silly podcasts at some point. And I'm going to get very heated about movies because I love movies.
Corporate greed never destroys anything, Ben. Never. Never throughout the history of humanity has corporate greed destroyed anything.
I know you're being sarcastic, but get out. Anyways, on that note of me... Oh my god.
Oh. No, dude, you want to equate planetary destruction to slavery?
Because it's the same fucking story. It is the same story. We would have fucking they were gonna enslave the fucking people to get the job done anyway. So slavery was gonna happen no matter what. Yes, they were, Jesus. You're not going to sit here and tell me that they weren't going to do this. Oh, my God. I'm done. We're leaving the stream. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and argue this for another 4 fucking hours. What do you think we did to the natives? You fucking genocided the natives, too. God. All right. We're done. I'm ending the stream. I'm going to get heated about this. It's fucking trash movie. And with that, we're out. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
I love you guys. Be good. Tell somebody you love them.
No, Jesus, not to Twitter. We're done. We're done for this week.